Indeed, that's my brief story as I am back. This is Stan Houston, and for over 30 days I've been on the road. And it's an interesting story, but probably not to you, but there's some things we learned that could be vital for you. I'm going to call this from a road warrior to road caregiver. And we'll take just 10 minutes on our return to tell you a little bit about what that might mean for you. I'm Stan Houston. This is the Master Entrepreneur. Indeed, after 37 days on the road, I'm finally back. I'm back in my own home. I'm back in my own studio, finally sleeping in my own bed. And I usually admire those people who are road warriors. I was a bit of a one, but not big time as they usually are. But I've done my share of traveling, and it can get old and wearing. Many of you know that. And I was going to be a road warrior, and it turns out that I landed up being a road caregiver. My wife and I were making plans, we've been doing it for some time, that we would take a little time out on July, which is a time to think about the transitions in our lives and the things we want to do that are important. And we were going to spend some time visiting people in northern Minnesota where family and friends are and where we lived for many years, going to New York City and helping our grandson celebrate his 3rd birthday, and then perhaps taking him back to the legacy cabin way up in the North Woods and helping the family out by having a little grandma and grandpa camp. Well, everything went very well, with except one thing. It was a lot more than we expected. Things happened within the life of our family, and most of them good. And so what happened is, instead of being somebody who was relaxing and resting and thinking and reading and praying, we landed up doing a lot of repairing, renewing, rebuilding, things that were fixed, that were no longer fixed, things that were completely broken, and then building something new. And then we were involved in helping to take care in even greater intensity and even for a longer time our younger grandson, as our daughter had a lot of responsibilities and opportunities that came up. And we have been on the road longer than we expected. We relaxed and rested much less than we expected, and we worked harder and more intense and pushed very hard, more than we ever expected. But we are back. And next time we'll do it again, but we'll be a little bit smarter and a little bit more clever and perhaps a little bit more creative about that kind of yearly festival time. During my time away, one of my friends, a longtime client and colleague with the Christian Entrepreneur Network now, his name is Virgil, and he looked me straight in the eye and said, "You are right again. You've always been right about a lot of things, but you've been talking about podcasting for some time, and obviously I see you've started What It Takes Radio, and you're going to help people, Christian entrepreneurs, and many others learn how to use the modern media." And he said, on Fox News the other day, they had a gentleman on who talked about business trends, and he simply said, podcasting is it. It will take over the modern media. It will do a number of things, many of them disruptive, many of them extremely innovative to the radio industry as we know it now. And you're helping people do that, and you're going to help me do that. But you are right once more. And this is what I'm saying as I was talking to him. And as I was talking to others, I said, join me. Most of us are senior, not that we're senior citizens, but we're senior in our lives, senior in our work, and oftentimes senior in our positions. And I said, join what we call the 2020 group. And what we're doing, all of us are making a covenant to help one another that come this time next year, around the August dog days of the summer here in North America, and before what is called the end of summer, the Labor Day weekend in early September, our lives and our situations will be different. They will be very different. 2020 is the year of insight and foresight so that we can live differently, perhaps even be different in significant ways as we approach the next decade of the 21st century. It's a time for transformation. It's a time for clarity and connection. And what I'm going to put out to you today, just very simply in 10 minutes of clarity, I think it's time for imitation. Now, imitation, it all depends on who and what you're imitating. I would like to suggest that this year, starting with supposedly the somewhat Jewish New Year in September, that we would say we are going to seek God's special wisdom so that we can be master entrepreneurs of our life, our careers, and our businesses. We want to have new and powerful ideas. We want much greater insight. Ideas, insight, so that we can have more influence. That more and more people are affected in how we think and what we speak to and what we believe in, and certainly how we act and perform, and most importantly, how we treat others. And then from that influence, we're hoping there will be impact. Something will be changed. Something will be affected. Something will be moved. And that will lead to true income. Now, we're not just talking about money, but that's certainly a part of our retirement and life and career plans. But we're going to think of income in the way that good things will come into our lives. We are going to seek to be imitators in such a way that we will attract good things and powerful things and creative things, that there will be new things that come into our lives, and that this time next year, in the late August, early September of 2020, we will be changed. People will notice the difference in who we are, how we serve, what we are doing, perhaps what we are becoming, and perhaps how we are more and more not only master entrepreneurs, but we are imitators of the master entrepreneur. I'm Stan Houston. I trust that now that I'm back, you will join me often on The Master Entrepreneur, brought to you by the Christian Entrepreneur Network. We hope that as we do a whole series of podcasts, that you will join us in the podcast performing arena so that you can truly have greater ideas, greater insight, greater influence, greater impact, and greater income, and make your mark in the life and business marketplace. We want to help you do just that. So stay in touch. Reach out to me, radioedge77@gmail.com, radioedge77@gmail.com. Check me out at TCEN Global. That's from the Christian Entrepreneur Network, tcenglobal.org. And that'll tell you a little bit about our story, and then how we can help you make your mark in the entrepreneurial life, how we can help you make your mark in the modern media, how we can help you make your mark in the life and business you truly want to lead from 2020 on. All the best and blessings. Till next time. Soon. I'm Stan. I'm back. And bye for now.